What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls Postgame Show, coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Joined by my guy, Big Dave Bow, BAWL Sports. We are CHGO_Bulls. Our pal and producer is Joey Spathis. He is at Joey Spathis. Our guy, Will to Go Gottlieb, at the United Center for tonight's action. He will check in remote from the UC later on in tonight's postgame show. 106-102 is the final, Dave. The Bulls fall to the Raptors in their penultimate preseason contest. Billy Donovan going with what could very well likely be starting lineup yet again for the real games that start a week from Wednesday, and a deeper sample size of that rotation well into the second half of this game. And you want to start with positive?
Actually, I want to start somewhere else.
Okay, where do you want to start?
I want to start with Joey.
Okay.
What is Camp Horseshoe, Joey?
That is where I was this summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you were repping, Camp Horseshoe. Established in 1932, is that what that says?
Yes, the original Camp Horseshoe, 1932.
Man, y'all been rolling for that long? All right.
It was restarted actually 2004, so our iteration is a bit newer. But yes.
Okay. Shout out to Camp Horseshoe, man.
I knew it was coming to me. I saw you looking over here.
Yeah, I saw the shirt. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay.
It's a nice shirt. Good dry fit.
I know what it was.
Yeah. Shout out Camp Horseshoe, my number one.
Is it weird that that's a camp that also kind of sounds like a casino? Are we encouraging children to gamble these days? I mean, I know I encourage our viewing and listening audience to gamble a lot.
What are we really doing at this camp?
Assuming they are of age.
Kids walking out 7. Come on, Mom.
We do have like a casino night.
You have a casino night with the kids?
There
the
is
children.
There is craps. It's good fun
Teach the
actually.
kids how to play craps.
Wow.
It's a high anticipated night at camp.
All right. The kids are involved in this?
I don't know what's happening.
All right. Shout out Camp Horseshoe.
Oh, I want to go to Joey's camp even more than I already did.
Sounds pretty cool, right? You know what I mean? I don't know what kid I'm shooting.
Now that we've taken care of that,
Yes.
do you want to start with some positives from this Bulls game tonight, Dave?
Let's do that. Let's do this.
Positive, Zack LaVine looks like Zack LaVine.
Yeah.
Smooth as hell.
He's special.
Gets to the rim with ease. Led the Bulls with 25 points in this one tonight. Did so efficiently. 3 of 8 from downtown. Scored a lot at and near the rim. I mean, this is I saw a quote from him a few days ago after one of their preseason games against Denver, and saying he feels great. He feels like himself. He feels fully in shape and ready. He said, I've been feeling this good, and basically, you know, how I've been playing and how I've been feeling since last December. And I was like, oh, hello. That's what I was saying the other day. Thank you. But like, this is encouraging if you're Bulls fans who are still wondering, you know, what Zack LaVine are we going to get this year? It looks like we're getting all-star Zack LaVine this year.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting all NBA Zack LaVine this year.
Hey-o.
I was trying to find the right way to say it to you when over there, but what I was really thinking was he's learned how to make the move within the move now. And he makes, like I told you, man, he makes like 3 moves to go get that layup, and nobody knows what's happening next. Because before, it would be a 1-2, and then he'd go up. But now it's a 1-2-3. You know, it's the cross, it's the fake, and then it's the put underneath the bucket for the layup, you know? And it looks so just smooth and easy, you know, just a smooth 20-plus for him. And he just looks like the number one guy. I said that after the first game. I was like, he just looks like the number one guy. He doesn't look like he's number 2 at all. He looks like the number 1 dude. And that's what I wanted to see Zack come out and be. And I think we're seeing it, man. And it looks really good on him, bro.
It does. Shout out to Osis Jr., who said, I've missed these post-game shows.
We've missed you.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Said, I've seen CHGO doing big things this offseason.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're here. We're always here for you, our
doing
fellow
stuff.
Bulls fans.
Stuff is done.
Cosmic Keys said, I saw at least 8 Torrey Craigs out there tonight. Let's talk about that positive.
Yes.
Torrey Craig, Torrey Craig, and 6 more Torrey Craigs. He played 26 and a half minutes tonight. Didn't shoot the ball particularly crazy. He scored 4 points on 2 of 7, but a little bit of everything else.
Yeah.
The glass, the smart playmaking. He had a couple of really nice dishes to the open man tonight that led to good, easy buckets. And I saw our guy Marquet. It was like one of the first comments while y'all were in the waiting room before we started saying, start Torrey Craig. And we'll hear from Will the Go Gottlieb and see if Billy Donovan spoke about it post game. My guess is he did. The minutes for starters versus bench people tonight was supposedly going to be more like a real regular season game.
Yeah.
And Pat got a quick hook early in the first quarter, and then proceeded to play significantly fewer minutes than Torrey Craig. We can get to Pat in a second, Dave, but keeping the positive train rolling, let's talk about Torrey Craig for a second. What were your thoughts on him tonight?
You know, when just watching him, I tweeted out the IQ, the toughness, and the awareness of Torrey Craig is such a luxury to have on his team, and that's why I love him. I love him coming off the bench. He's just a safety valve to me. Like when something's going wrong, put Torrey Craig in, and we got it. It's fine. He's just the broadness of him, the length of him, and the intensity of him just makes up for the lack of shooting that you might get from Torrey Craig. He's not going to beat you that way, but he does everything else, like you said, every single thing else, and he's got length. The block on the dunk that he had, oh my God, that block was vicious, man, and that was just so attractive. I think we all went crazy when we saw that. But seeing those kind of plays, him make those kind of plays, just get you excited for the season. Honestly, it just gets me excited for the season. But he was great. Torrey Craig is going to pay dividends. I can't remember who was arguing me on Twitter that he's mid, that he's trash, and all these things. And he said, he's like, just wait, you'll see it, it'll happen. I mean, hey, if he turns out to be cool. But as of right now, what we're seeing, Torrey Craig looks pretty damn awesome for the Bulls, man. And I think he's been a good fit so far.
Shout out to Nugsy Bogues in the comments.
Oh, that's
great
amazing.
handle. Great handle.
Shout out.
Who said Torrey Craig for MVP. I love it. Let's see. Alexander saying Goon of the Night got to be a regularity for Torrey Craig. Carlton Penn saying start Craig. Flip side, I got more Mac than Craig with music notes around it.
I understand what he's saying. I got more Mac than Craig, and in the bed, believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with
sure.
you, bro.
Oh, yeah, that song. That song. I get what the kids are putting down.
That's Biggie, dog. That's Biggie.
Oh, right on.
Hello, fellow kids.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, that's what the kids were putting on 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're putting down. That's real. No matter when they were putting it down, Matt's not going to.
Much love and respect for Biggie. I just do not. I'm not a lyrical.
I understand.
Expert.
I'm with you, bro. This is why I'm sitting next to you. I got your back.
So I mean, it sounded like you just still said, Dave, you prefer to have that Torrey Craig juice, as something to bring off the bench.
Yeah.
I understand where those Bulls fans are coming from, who say after another night like tonight, where Torrey shows you those kinds of things, and Pat doesn't maybe show you as much as you want him to, are saying, well, if that guy's better, then start him and play him more minutes than the guy who's not as good, because that's what Billy did tonight.
He did. And I talked about that with Patrick. I feel like that's the luxury of it now for me, is that if Patrick, you don't feel like he's got it going, what was he, 1 for 6 to start it? Like he didn't feel like he had it tonight. Well, he'll yank him, and he'll put Torrey Craig in because, he's a blanket. You know what I mean? Like he's a safety valve. I feel more comfortable with that than starting him in the starting 5 and starting the game out and then kind of filling it out. I don't want a team to get a feel for him. I want him to come in and smash shit. That's what I want. And that's what he comes in like. Came in like a wrecking ball. That's how he walked in there like that's how I like him coming in. I don't want teams out here, he's starting that game planning for him, worrying about him, putting him there. No, bring him off the bench, Let him come in and terrorize people. That's the same way you do Alex Caruso. That's why I like when Caruso comes off the bench. Comes in and he terrorizes people. When he starts, your game plan, it's different. It's a different Caruso that starts. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a Caruso that comes in off the bench, that comes in wrecks complete havoc, it just feels better and it just feels different. If Torrey Craig comes off the bench and plays all the minutes, great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad about any of it. Wonderful. If Patrick ain't doing it that night, fine. But for me, I like the juice coming off the bench than I do in the starting lineup.
That's fair. To each his own. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Will said. Billy Donovan's post-game thoughts.
You want Torrey in the start?
I'm starting to feel that way.
Okay.
I'm honestly starting to feel that way, and you know that I'm still a Patrick Williams stockholder.
Sure.
Not giving up that stock like I gave up Dalen stock the other night.
Yes, you did. Cashed in. Cashed out, I should say. Cashed out.
Rolling along with positive notes to take away from tonight's game, I do have some eyebrow-raising concerns that we can get to later on. Any of y'all in the comments have concerns as well, throw those our way. But Vooch, just a 20 and 10. Just a 20 and 10
Simple
in
20 and
27 and a half minutes game from Vooch. 8 of 13, very efficient. Also just putting so much work in to keep the ball alive, get the Bulls extra possessions on the offensive glass. He had 10 boards tonight, 5 and 5 on either end. We're still not seeing a lot of, and I saw our guy Mark point this out, I think, with a tweet at some point tonight, and I agreed with him, through this first 4 preseason games, with all of the talk about, all right, sign Vooch on a new deal to keep him here in Chicago, keep this Bulls big three intact, can we see some adjustments offensively to maybe use Vooch a bit more as a facilitator, get the ball to him and move the ball through him to create better looks offensively? Haven't seen that. It's nice to see a 20 and 10 game from Vooch, but I'm not seeing the let's play through Vooch more talking point that has been thrown out a lot thus far in these 4 preseason games.
Yeah, I'll say this. They definitely made an effort to go to him early. They definitely trying to get him the ball inside wherever he wanted it.
When he had a mismatch, like, yes, these Raptors are long as hell. Like, who are some of these extras that they keep adding? We were joking about it. You're like, that's another Siakam. That's another, Scotty Barnes. They have 6 of each now.
Because your team's name is the Raptors don't mean everybody has to be one.
You know what they couldn't defend, though, is Vooch's weight advantage.
This is true. Or Drummond's. Yeah, like they couldn't do anything with it, but Drummond will get it later. But Vooch, yeah, they went to him early. They went to him often. He touched the ball a lot early on. And I think he didn't really find where he was comfortable until that third quarter. At least that's what it felt like to me. I mean, he was getting nice little pick and rolls with Coby White. Oh, beautiful bounce passes.
Coby and Vooch's 2-man game is progressing nicely.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from that. That looks really nice. But Vooch started getting into it with the other guys, you know what I'm saying, in that third quarter. But he was also, like you said, getting those rebounds, getting those putbacks. But he just looked more comfortable to me in that third. Like he kind of found where he needed to be. And maybe it was because DeMar wasn't, on his thing like that in the third. But it became like a Zack and a Vooch kind of situation, which is what it was when Vooch first got here. So I have no problem with that. The fact you give me 20 and 10 in 3 quarters is freaking awesome. And I hope to see more of it. I just want to see more of the comfort of Vooch because he's looked uncomfortable to me in these first few preseason games. And again, it's preseason. I'm not putting too much on it. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
He just looked a little more uncomfortable in those first few and in that first half. But like I said, it changed in that third quarter, especially after he hit that 3, which was silky smooth that he hit on that pass from DeMar. It kind of flipped for him a little bit, man. But, yeah, I'm not too concerned about Vooch. I just know he'll find his place. He'll find his rhythm. And when he does, we'll be a better basketball team for it.
Somebody I saw in the comments mentioned Vooch's turnovers. The Bulls as a team just did not take care of the ball tonight.
Facts.
Let's touch on Coby as we're talking about the starting lineup. He had 5 turnovers tonight. He also did have some pretty dimes and just some gorgeous buckets at the rim. I mean,
good God.
The way that we're seeing Coby break down defenses in these preseason games, man, it is exciting to see. He had one little hezzy move that had you shaking your head, and I was shaking my head too. And we've always known that Coby has that athletic, extra juice when he wants to punch that. But it's the finesse, the body control, that's coupled with his handles and his finishing over the last back half of this past season, coming into this season, that just looks so lethal, so sharp and so lethal.
Absolutely right, man. You put it perfectly. Like the way he's going inside, he has a plan now. When he goes in there, he knows exactly what he wants to do, especially when he gets the defender on his hip. Oh man, he's got you, because he has those two options. If he can hit that bounce pass to Vooch, or he can hit that little floater that he likes now. But the fact that he's added a little fadeaway inside to his game is so attractive. The fact that his layup package is a little better now is awesome, quite awesome for him. But he just looks like so fluid. Like we talked about Zack and how he looks smooth. It looks smoother for Coby. It doesn't look as clunky and as, okay, I made a move, now here goes the ball up. No, it looks like he's more controlled in his motion and what he's doing out there, man. And that's what gets you excited. Like, it got you excited, bro. Like, watching that stuff, bro. Like, I like that.
It does. Mm-hmm. We got people in the comments, Mark K. and Damon, pointing out that, oh, yeah, like Vooch was eating tonight. The Raptors did not have their starting big man, Jakob Poeltl. So, yeah, you better.
Yeah, eat up.
Okay. Before we take our first break, and we can kind of bridge the conversation, but I did want to just bring up, we saw a lot of nice things. We just spent the first 50 minutes of tonight's postgame talking about things that we liked.
Let's get to it.
You know what I didn't like?
It's a lot of things, man.
26 3-point attempts.
Didn't like that?
Here I am, 26 3-point attempts.
There you are.
Other than the overtime, and by that I mean double overtime, preseason game.
200 miles an hour.
In which, at the end of 4 quarters, they had 29 3-point attempts, and then they got past 30 in the overtime periods. Since the overtime game, in none of these other regulation games have we seen the Bulls eclipse 30 3-point attempts. What have we been talking about all goddamn offseason?
What's that?
Changing this team's shot profile, increasing their 3-point attempt rate. We are not seeing it, and I am worried. Anyone else worried out there in Bulls Nation? Care to raise your hands? Care to raise both of them? Here's my 2 concerned hands.
Now wave them in the air.
Where is the changing of the shot profile? 26 3-point attempts? No. I'm sorry. No. Love what I'm seeing from Coby. Zach looked smooth as hell tonight. Yay. Vooch 20 and 10. Awesome. 26 3-point attempts.
You need more.
No. Not acceptable. Shoot more threes. There's talking about it, and then there's actually effing doing it. And in these 4 preseason games, it's more of the same crap, and I am worried as hell.
Oh, I love you so. It's the best. But you're right to feel this way. You're absolutely right. Like, this is all the discussion was 3-point shooting, bringing in Javon Carter, getting that 3-point shooting up, getting that 3-point shooting going, and you didn't see it. You saw, more of a revert back to, the normal things that they do, which is actually, well, fine, we got this, we're going to score this way. Now, again, maybe I'll put some of it on it being the Raptors' length, but like Matt said, they've only, Stop the show, we're done.
Let's go,
Let's get out of here then. Let's get out of here. What else we got to do?
Our guy Lawrence is going to be so pissed.
We ain't going to top
Lawrence
that.
always tries to get that hat
He does.
tossed.
I took an extra second. I gathered myself. Let's go.
You did a Coby White, sir. Nice mid-range too, Joe.
For the podcast listeners, I threw the hat back onto Matt's head.
You get out there and you launch some threes, all right?
That's it.
we need them from you.
Yes. Oh, that mid-range was sweet. It was very nice, man.
That was so satisfying.
That was very nice. That was very nice to see. I need that clipped and put out somewhere. Like, yes, Joe, I'm proud of you. 3-point shots.
Yeah.
More. What he said is correct. Absolutely right. More shots need to go up from 3 from this team. I don't care who. In the preseason, I really don't care as far as you getting them, and they're the right shots. Take them. You need them. DeMar understands that. I've seen him step up and actually start taking more threes. He steps into them.
DeMar was 1 of 3 from deep tonight.
Dude, we've asked him to step it up. Guess what? DeMar DeRozan is getting like 3-point attempts a game. That's a lot for DeMar DeRozan, bro. So he's stepping up and he's taking them. Everybody else needs to take a little bit more. I need Vooch to get a little bit more. In there. Did he only take 1? Was that only?
I think Vooch was 1 of 1 from downtown tonight. Yep.
Yeah, I need a little more from him, man. So, yeah, just more 3-point attempts from these guys, man, because you cannot win in these games in the NBA without it. Hence, hello, you see the score tonight.
The Bulls were scoring in the paint a lot,
Sure.
and they were getting good looks in the paint, which is great.
But for me, it just goes back to the point you just were making. Like, and I can make that excuse as well. I can sit here and say you played a team that you guys, probably just wanted to go inside and exploit because of the size and all those kind of things. But what does that have to do with the last game? You know what I mean? What does that have to do with only one game, like you said, over 30 3-point shots?
Yeah.
No, you need more, bro. Like, you don't want it to become a pattern, or you're going to see Matt throwing more hats and yelling.
Other than Gary Trent dangerously looking like he was going to have one of those Bulls killer nights in the first when he was knocking down a few threes, the Raptors only finished 9 of 31 themselves, under 30% on barely 30 attempts. This is not some great 3-point shooting team that the Raptors are throwing out there. So the Bulls didn't get killed in that category, but shooting 26 threes. Oh, and then at the free throw line, another thing that we've talked about being a concern, something the Bulls did not do well last season, not getting to the free throw line. We were talking about it with our guy, Will, in one of our episodes last week. Only Zach and DeMar averaged over 2 free throw attempts per game of the entire Bulls roster.
Correct.
Tonight, did you know what the final free throw disparity was, Dave?
At one point I saw it was 9 of 11, so I'm going to say it stayed there.
The Bulls finished 9 of 11.
There it is.
Toronto, 29 of 38. 38 free throw attempts to 11 free throw attempts. And you're only getting 26 threes up? I can't stomach both of those things being true.
Yeah, that's a recipe for losing. Absolutely right. You'll lose the game. And exactly what you saw tonight, you see the score. You're going to lose the game when you playing like that. And you can't get to the line and you can't get your 3-point shots. Yeah, not going to work, bro. 11? I thought, honestly, that's why I'm like, I stopped there. I was like, yeah, I saw 9 of 11, but I don't remember it increasing after that.
Before DeMar drew a late foul in the second quarter, the Bulls were about to go into halftime with 2 free throw attempts.
Not good, bro.
In half.
Not good enough. You're going to have to lean on, I'm going to need to see Coby White at the free throw line more because he's the one that's getting to the lane. He's the one penetrating and doing those things. But certain other guys also, Patrick Williams, obviously, we talk about him all the time doing that. But more so, I'm looking at Coby about being that guy that can actually get there and get to the line because I feel like they'll call those fouls for him. And he spends more time in the paint. He might get there, but, yeah, that's not going to win you games, bro. That'll keep you battling for a play-in. That's exactly what that will do, man. Can't do that, guys.
Stanis Slavico said in the modern NBA, you need more threes. Yes, in theory, we can keep up with less than 30 threes, but you have to consistently shoot at a 50% clip to keep up with the other team. And that's what we basically saw all of last season. On a lower volume of attempts, it was like, oh, are the Bulls above 40%? Maybe some nights even like 45% from deep?
Yeah.
Cool, they can get themselves a win.
Sure.
If the Bulls aren't shooting above 40% on their very low number of attempts, they're coming in, our guy Will calls it a math problem. Every night, you're coming in every night down 8 to 12 points.
Yes.
Even the Bulls front office admitted it. AK said it himself. It's like, you're coming into every game at that 8 or 10 point disadvantage with that disparity in the 3-point shooting. It had to be a combination of addressing the roster and trying to change some things stylistically with what you're doing on offense.
Sure.
Yes, Torrey Craig and Javon Carter can both knock down threes. So they did address it by adding those guys. But between them being here so far in these preseason games and a lack of generating better, more frequent looks from three, it doesn't appear that they have changed enough. And look, it's 4 preseason games, so this is a calmed version of me freaking out about this.
He literally threw a hat.
Got to be you, Dave. Everybody's got to be who they are. But it is a worrying trend to me for sure that we are still seeing these 20-something 3-point attempt games.
I don't think it's wrong for you to be concerned or worried at all. If we could sit here and throw the praise when guys are playing well in the preseason, well, you got to take this shit with you too when you're not doing exactly what you said you were going to address. And we haven't seen it be addressed yet. He's absolutely right. That's it. It has to be addressed, guys. The 3-point shots need to be more consistent. And that's what we were saying about Javon Carter and Torrey Craig. Yes, they can knock down the threes, but our concern was the attempts.
Yeah.
Because they weren't coming on a lot of attempts out there from them, man. But that's what we have to see more of. The more attempts you have to take. I think immediately just about several plays where I watched them pass out of 3-point shots that I thought were open. Torrey Craig did it. I watched Pat do it. I watched Coby do it. Like, they would pass just too much passing, and then one that led to a 24-second shot clock violation where they just could have literally took the three and had it, but they didn't. But it's that kind of stuff. That's the old Bulls. That's the Bulls we were sitting here watching last year and even the year prior. That shit has to change, man. You have got to take these threes, bro, or you will not win in this league.
Laura Lou, shout out Laura Lou, familiar face. It's always a math problem with this team. Anyone else sick of it? Hello? Yes. Let's take our first.
Both hands.
Let's take our first break, and then we'll come back and continue breaking out tonight's game against Toronto. More of your thoughts as well. Throw them to us. Also, throw us some likes if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. Appreciate it. Make sure you're, of course, also subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel, which, shout out to our Blackhawks crew who were doing postgame last night.
Yeah.
We're on the air as we crossed the 40,000 subscriber threshold.
Beautiful.
Thank you, everybody who has subscribed.
Appreciate
that is an
y'all,
awesomely
man.
gigantic number.
Colossal.
Let's get to 50. Tonight's postgame show
Joey.
of CHGO Bulls brought to you by our friends at Circa Sportsbook, who offer tight moneyline splits and a low hold model for all of you smart and savvy sports gamblers out there. They always strive to have their game lines at minus 110 splits on the Circa Sports menu, unlike a lot of the other sports books out there who you will usually see throwing minus 115s, minus 120s out there. And you're saying, well, hey, what the heck? Why is this not 110 if this is where the line is? Well, it's because they're trying to shave a little bit more money out of your wallet and into theirs. But not at Circa. You'll almost always find, and absolutely more frequently find, those minus 110 lines. Circa also doesn't limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit the more successful winning players. We encourage bettors out there to download that Circa app and all of the others, as many as you want. Explore the betting apps and compare the lines, and you will see that Circa will give you the better odds more often than not. Plus, they have the most incredible customer service, real people behind the Circa Sports brand who resolve issues in a timely fashion, unlike other books who just use those really frustrating and annoying chatbots. I am a human. I would like to speak to another human, not a robot.
Today.
I am not in a sci-fi movie.
Be Bork Boop.
All aspects of that Circa app are being run by the same team that runs the main Circa Sportsbook at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, and we can vouch for how excellent that place is run. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app. That's circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Also be on the lookout for Circa events, watch parties, and tailgates. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyoureallywinning.com.
Guys, let me take you back in the day. One of my best friends was bacon.
Oh,
Used to love some bacon, man. All the smell of it when mama would cook it up. Just that smell, it hits you right on the nose, man, and carry you like on the cartoon, them two little smoke hands that'll come out and just pick your face up and carry you to the kitchen and sit you down and put that bacon in front of me. It put it on everything. I wish I knew my man Charlie back then, man. I don't, and it makes me sad. But guess what? You can be happy and you can enjoy the deliciousness of our guy, Charlie, the bacon guy. He is based out of Woodridge, Illinois, and he makes Kraft bacon and bacon jams in over 30 different flavors. You heard what I said. 30 different flavors. The bacon and bacon jams are naturally cured, fancy, preservative-free product. There aren't any ingredients that Charlie can't pronounce himself in the process, unlike most store-bought bacon. That is very important, kids. A lot of bad shit they will put into your bacon nowadays. Not Charlie. Charlie don't roll that way. Charlie said, I got your back. Oh, the bacon and the bacon jams is vacuum sealed, and it freezes great. Mad to tell you that. Bacon lasts in a package up to 45 days in the fridge and 6 months in the freezer. Bacon jam lasts about 60 days in the fridge, or usually about a day for this guy right here, and up to 6 months in the freezer. Man, bacon jam sounds crazy, Dave. Man, what kind of flavors? He got 30 of them. What kind he got? I'm glad you're asking me these questions. maple pepper, jalapeno garlic, Old Bay, rosemary, Malort. Dang it, they got Malort flavored stuff. You heard what I said. Try it. You're going to like it. Pray for yourself. But bacon jam flavors, y'all. The original, it's basically maple, bourbon, and spicy. Ooh, I love the spicy. The bacon jam goes perfectly on anything. Scrambled eggs, toast, crackers, burgers, grilled cheese, cinnamon rolls, or Charlie's favorite, spoon, or Matt's favorite, the finger. It all works. And guess what? Don't chop your finger. He will deliver it to you. You heard what I said. He will deliver it to you. He'll meet you halfway, or he'll even ship it. However you want it is how you're going to get it from our guy, Charlie. He makes the bacon so you can bring it home. You can check him out on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy. Check out the merch. Make sure you grab you some of that too. Or check him out on Twitter at CZ, as in zebra, the Bacon Guy. Or email him at charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. Because it's Charlie the Bacon Guy. He got that fire. Damn. Want some bacon now,
I
don't you?
really want some bacon right now.
Yeah.
That was really mean of you.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to be said. We got to give our guy Charlie his shout out.
I mean, I got to do what I got to do, man.
It's just torture.
I got to do what I got to do. It'll be there for you, man. Charlie got you.
You know what doesn't taste nearly as good as Charlie's bacon?
Oh, I like where this is going.
Just cough drop I'm sucking on right now.
Okay, I don't like where this is going.
Why don't they make bacon flavored cough drops now?
Ooh.
We got to hit up our guy Charlie. Be like, you need to start making cough drops.
Dip it in the jam, and then you can do it. Like
Why
that.
not?
Why not, man?
I just heard a little jingle, which I believe means it's time
For that man.
Joey.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
There he is.
Joining us on the Go Talk hotline, it's our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb from the United Center. Follow him for all of his Bulls updates, Will_Gottlieb. Will, Billy rolls out the starting five again tonight, the presumed opening night starting five. And let's start here. A even quicker hook than usual for Patrick Williams in this one, who then proceeds to play fewer minutes than Torrey Craig. What did Billy Donovan have to say about that rotation decision after this one?
Yeah, I think this is maybe not low key, maybe pretty high key. The biggest storyline coming out of this game is, one of the reporters, I can't remember who, asked Billy, like, was this a planned thing that you took Patrick out after 2.5 minutes into this game? And Billy was like, no, I took him out because he wasn't rebounding. He obviously wasn't using the same tone, but like he basically said, I wasn't happy with the way that he was getting on the backboard, and I wasn't happy with the way he was slipping out of screens and not setting hard screens. And I wanted to talk to him, and I wanted to tell him about it. So you see teams stagger their starting rotation. You see teams, the Bulls did it today. They put DeMar in with most of the bench unit, and then they flipped it and had Zack in with most of the bench unit. But to bring somebody out that early after the game, that was intentional. That was not a pre-planned decision. And that was like the first time I've really heard, I guess maybe not the first time, but it's another instance of Billy kind of saying, I needed to kind of let Pat know what's going on here because what he was doing was not good enough.
And I like it. And that's the thing. That's, like I said, when we talked about this before, this is what I like Torrey Craig being here for, is when he's not playing well, you can yank him, put him in there, man. And then, it's like, hey, dude, what the hell are you doing out here? Well, fine. You come sit next to me. You don't have to do that no more. And I liked it. Good decision by Billy. I enjoyed it. I did want to ask you this, though, Will. It just feels different watching Zack LaVine. I don't know how it feels to you, but it feels different. Has he spoken about, like, is he more healthier? Is he just more in tune? Like, what is it about Zack that's a little bit different for you?
Let me reply quickly to what you just said about Torrey Craig first, because I think that relates well to Patrick, and then I'll answer the Zack question. Torrey was applauded by Billy, by Patrick even after we talked to him, for his ability to communicate, for his ability to talk. Torrey said that, like, we've heard this before from Adam Levine. It's something we've all noticed on our own, that the Bulls don't communicate well on the floor. They don't talk. And Torrey Craig has, like, come here to try to make sure that they're talking, they're communicating. that he's getting in guys' ears, that he's helped lifting them up, that he's trying to tell them to be more confident, that he's trying to quarterback defense. I think, Torrey was awesome in his own right, was really good attacking the offensive glass. I tweeted out a couple clips of him getting over screens and just hassling guys when they had the ball. He had those 2 chase down blocks. I mean, he just had a fantastic game, even though he didn't shoot the ball great. So even aside from all that, I thought the way that he impacted the collective effort on defense, way that he was helping guys like Javon Carter get a bunch of steals. I thought when he was on the floor, the team looked really good, and they closed with him in that to end the second quarter alongside the rest of the starters. So Torrey in over Patrick alongside Coby, Zach, DeMar, and Vooch. Would not be surprised if that begins to stick. I will say, though, in sort of in defense of Patrick, is that he really did turn it around in that fourth quarter. I know the ball didn't go in, and there were some not so happy fans in the building, and I've seen a lot on Twitter about people being frustrated with Pat. And it does kind of feel like the tenor is changing a bit, which is kind of crazy because he just had 20 last game. But I think his mentality really did turn around in that fourth quarter. He was aggressive going to the basket. He was attacking the glass. He had an offensive tip in, got all the way downhill on multiple drives. He wasn't making all of his shots, but he was aggressive. He was decisive, and he was getting all the way to the rim. So I thought that was a really positive sign to end the game from Patrick. But to answer your Zach question, he was awesome. He was best player on the floor tonight, 10 of 19 from the field, 25 points. He looked like the Zach that finished up last year. And he said this a couple of days ago that, he wasn't rehabbing this summer. He wasn't trying to get healed up from an injury. He's coming into the season in shape, healthy, and ready to pick up where he left off. There's not a great story out of this other than just Zach is Zach. And that's a really good thing for the Bulls. I would not be surprised if he's the best player on this team this year. I know you could kind of debate it one way or another with DeMar for the last 2 years. But, Zach just seems like he's in a place where he's really going to command that and just be dominant this year.
Seems like Coby White has locked down the starting point guard job, at least to start the season, Will. He did struggle with some turnover problems tonight, but also, alongside those turnovers, showed us some really impressive things, handling the ball, dishing, scoring in the paint. He left the game with what looked like a tweaked leg injury of some kind after he landed awkwardly on a drive and kick, and then re-entered the game and got another little run-in after leaving. What were your thoughts on Coby's game tonight, and is there anything else you can tell us if you heard from him or from Billy about his health/injury status after leaving tonight's game?
I think he's fine. One of the things that I noticed from his game today, obviously the 5 turnovers, but it just felt like those Raptors guards were really pressuring the ball and making it difficult for him to get the ball across half court. That's something that he has struggled with in the past, is just the handle and being able to get the offense set. And although he has gotten a lot better, and there's still going to be moments where he's not playing his best basketball. So I'm not too concerned about this. I think it's a good growing and learning experience to where he's still pretty established in the role. He's still doing the things that he needs to do. Some of those were kind of questionable. I feel like he had one that looked like it would have been a foul, but it kind of went out of bounds. I don't know. It wasn't great in terms of turnovers, but he has been really solid all preseason. Still had 4 assists, still got into the paint. I think that's really what solidified him, for me at least, is the ability to get downhill. Io, I thought, has been really impressive this year, or this preseason so far, just with his handle and being able to kind of snake pick and rolls and get downhill. But I think Coby just has been really, really impressive in that regard as well. Javon, to me, is more of a, off guard type of player, where he's not necessarily, running pick and roll sets. He's more kind of floating around the perimeter, cutting, shooting threes, getting into movement, stuff like that. So it does kind of feel like Io is the backup point guard at this point. But I think it's more just the fact that Coby has been so good and kind of grabbed that role for himself.
Was there anything said about our guy Andre Drummond after the game? He did. It was the Andre Drummond experience in mid-season form. He put up the numbers, got the rebounds, did those things, but the steal and the breakaway dunk. It was just classic. Was there anything said about that?
No, nothing said about it, but it's preseason for everyone, guys.
But that's the thing. Drummond totally would do that in a regular season game.
Correct, man. No, I just wanted to know because I'm not picking at him.
Can't really argue with that.
Yeah, not picking at him. It was just fun to see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like so many of his field goal attempts are like tip-ins, and then another one because that didn't go in. So it kind of like brings down his field goal percentage. But I thought he was overall really good. Obviously, had a couple of plays that were you'd like to have him back. But 13 rebounds in 20 minutes, 4 offensive. He had a steal and 2 blocks. I mean, he definitely had an impact on the game. And I said this in my write-up the other night, but it's like he's kind of a known commodity, and so you don't really there's not like any major stories about it. But he's just a solid backup, and I think that's like kind of an underrated thing to have in this league, especially for a team that has a really good starting center. But like he played 82 games last year. There's no guarantee he's going to do that again. So to have somebody who you're confident in that can step in, I think that's a good thing. He's going to have moments that are great. He's going to have moments that aren't. But we're talking about a backup center here, and I think he's very good in that role.
Last one, Will, and then we will let you go. Alex Caruso also did not play tonight after taking a rest in the second Nuggets game with the rest of the big three. It sounded, I think you had a tweet about it from Billy's pregame media availability, that he picked up some sort of tweaked ankle or something, and that's why he didn't play tonight. What more can you tell us about that? And along those same lines, did you glean anything from Billy about whether or not we're going to see certain guys resting in their preseason finale against Minnesota in a couple of nights?
Yeah, it sounds like he stepped on someone's foot in practice the other day. I don't know if it was before the last game or after, or in between, I should say, this game and the last. But Billy made it clear that like the goal is for him to play on Thursday. And I think he also kind of mentioned that like the starters are going to play pretty close to a regular workload. I think they're using these last 2 games to really ramp up into full season shape and minutes and workload. These guys still have 6 days off between their next game on Thursday and the preseason or in the regular season opener. So there's a lot of time off, but I think they're using this opportunity to like make sure these guys are in their full rotation. So my guess is that we see, close to 35 minutes from Zach, DeMar, and Vooch, and hopefully Caruso's in there too. I would imagine that they're going to be pretty careful with Caruso this year in general. So maybe he's not at a full workload, even aside from the injury, just because I don't think they necessarily need to with Javon and Torrey Craig now coming in. So they'll be careful with Caruso. Hopefully he plays. We'll keep you updated here, of course, whether we hear practice tomorrow or pregame on Thursday. But it does not sound like it's super serious.
It's good news.
It is good
encouraging news. Will, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate the insight and the time. Everybody, make sure you are following our guy, Will Gottlieb, on Twitter, Will_Gottlieb, for all of his updates and reports from games, from practices, and, of course, read everything he writes, allchgo.com. Will, we'll see you soon and talk to you soon, buddy. Have a good night.
See you guys.
All right.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT.
The one to know. I've been told.
He is the GOAT. Let's take our second half break. We'll come back, wrap up with more thoughts on tonight's Bulls preseason action against Toronto.
Yeah.
Get a few more of y'all's thoughts out there in Bulls Nation. Hit the thumb if you haven't done so during our first ad break or at all while you've been here. We got 175 or so people watching. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us late on a weeknight.
Thumb it.
Hit the thumb.
Thumb it up.
Hit the thumb.
Do it for Will.
And then listen to Dave's beautiful words.
Joey, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
Mm-hmm. On the toes.
Ball.
On the toes, baby. Got to keep him there. He's right there because that's what Joey does, his best work. Game time. You shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to the next big event. Game time is fast and easy, and it is the only way to buy those tickets for all those sports, music, comedy, and theater near you with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and the best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. As I mentioned, they got the last-minute tickets. They got the flash deals. They got zone deals. Easy to find tickets for every kind of event in your area. Views from the seat, which is my favorite thing. I love to see where I'm going to sit and enjoy whatever I'm going to see. And the lowest price guarantee, y'all. Event cancellation protection even job loss protection. They have got your back. GameTime has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event. And even an hour after it starts. That is crazy and unreal, but it is true. It is the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. Now, I mentioned the zone deals, guys. Now, the zone deals, you pick the section and GameTime picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. Ooh. So you can save you some money. You know, GameTime not going to pick no trash seat for you. They're going to have you sitting somewhere nice and pretty to enjoy yourself. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets to GameTime. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. That's how it rolls. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, clickety-clack, and redeem the code CHGO. $20 off right there. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Because Matt Peck, what time is it?
Game time. Tonight's CHGO Bulls Postgame also brought to you by our friends at the Goose Island Beer Company.
Good friends.
CHGO is supported by Goose Island. We appreciate them for that. Goose Island has been Chicago's beer since 1988. The MJ year, as Dave would say. They've got an incredible beer roster and a great honkin' horn. The 312 Wheat Ale, the incredible varietals in the Beer Hug family. You got the Hazy Beer Hug. You got the Neon Beer Hug. You got the Tropical Beer Hug. It's the Herb Lawrence Special. Of course, the Full Pocket Pilsner, one of their newer ones, one of our favorites. And we are just deep into the month of October. October 17th. It's spooky season, which means it's Oktoberfest season. Check out the Goose Oktoberfest. Grab ultra fresh brewery exclusive beers at Goose Island's original brew house on Clybourne Ave in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street in West Town, or at our CHGO Bears tailgates. Because we got them there. Big icy buckets full of them.
Tons of them.
Delicious.
Right. Come enjoy.
Goose Island Beer Company. It's Chicago's beer.
That's what it is.
All right, y'all. Rolling along, talking about the Bulls' preseason loss to Toronto. Other players you want to touch on tonight, Dave? Didn't really see much of the younger guys like Dalen and Julian until the fourth quarter, because Billy, he was basically going with an 8, maybe 9-man rotation for the first 3 quarters and change. Anything? You know what? I think people have been talking about this. We didn't see a whole lot from either of them tonight. Dalen played just shy of 7 minutes. Julian played, around the same, 6.5. I want to see more Julian Phillips in their preseason finale. I know we just heard Will say Billy's maybe going to treat the preseason finale like a regular season game, rotation-wise. And if he does, I won't have a problem with that. But I am intrigued by Julian Phillips, whereas I am not so intrigued by Dalen Terry anymore.
Well, the word is out on Dalen Terry. But yes, no, you're absolutely right. I would love to see more of Julian Phillips, because he flashes when he walks on the court, especially defensively. We knew that's where, his bread and butter would be, on the defensive end. But just seeing it like that, and I'm trying to remember who was the color commentator tonight. Did an awesome job.
Robbie Hummel.
Thank you, Robbie Hummel.
Nice to see our guy Adam Amin back in the chair as well.
Yes, nice job with our guy Adam Amin, man. And he was making the great point when Julian Phillips made the play to go to the bucket. With no hesitation, just went up strong with it. He made the point. He said, man, as soon as that kid gets in the weight room, gets a little on him, watch out, because that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a finish and one. You know what I mean? When he goes in to score. So he understands the game, and he makes the right moves. His body just won't allow him to do certain things yet because he doesn't have the strength. But as far as defense is concerned, he's a problem, bro. He is an absolute issue. He is in your jersey constantly, and he's athletic as well and super long. So it's fun to watch him out there, doing what he's supposed to do. One guy I haven't seen in the preseason, I shouldn't say I'm surprised, I just wanted to see more, was our guy Justin Lewis. I wanted to see a little more of him. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't had the opportunities because of the injuries. This is the first time he's really been healthy.
Saw him in the second game against the Nuggets when Billy rested the big three.
That was it.
But that's pretty much been it.
Yeah, it's been it for him, man. So I'm interested to see, how they're going to move him. I'm sure it's going to be some G League time for him for sure.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see him out there on the floor and get the stuff he should have got a year ago. You know what I mean? So I just want to see those opportunities for him on his team. But no, overall, I have no problem with what Billy wants to do as far as in this preseason. If he wants to play all the start, have at it, man. Like, everything still needs work. Like you saw, he just complained about the 3-point shooting and the free throws.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff still needs work.
Laura Lou wondering where Batim and Sanogo are. We might not see them.
Might not see him, bro.
Other than when they go and get some run with the Windy City Bulls.
You might see Sanogo.
But
I don't know about
like Phillips. Speaking of which, though, interesting little tidbit that happened, I think, between doing our show yesterday and today.
Yes.
Bulls added Derek Favors.
Hooray!
Derek Favors?
Derek Favors!
That Derek Favors?
4 years ago, I would
That
have
man
been
is
so
46
excited.
years old. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to throw him on the Windy City Bulls.
He's got a family.
Por qué?
Look, man.
Quando? ¿Qué pasa? Derek Favors? I just saw somebody mentioning him in the comments. That's what reminded me. Derek Favors, Windy City Bulls assassin incoming. I was joking with you tonight while we were sitting here watching this game. Like, remember when Bulls fans were obsessed with the idea of adding Derek Favors?
Do I remember?
5 years ago?
Oh, my goodness, man. Going insane.
Finally got him, you guys.
Guys, he's here. He's here. I don't know how he's pulling up, but he's here. All right? He's on the team. And, shout out Derek Favors.
Such hilarious D-Wade vibes. We finally got Derek Favors, you guys.
The difference is he'll be G Leaguing it. That's the difference on that. He will be in that G League, man. So, should be interesting. Also, they got Khalil Whitney out of Chicago. Shout out to him, man. Local product. They signed him as well. So, welcome home, sir. So, sign those two players within the gap that we've been off this thing.
I saw our guy, Demond, mentioning the Dalen Terry fast break and finishing skills. I made a joke about that. Because we had a bit of a disagreement about
us.
Yeah.
Me and you disagreeing?
In our show, I think it was our Sunday night show, about Dalen and his ability to finish in transition. You were for it. I was arguing against it.
He was.
And he
got blocked.
He gave me a point on my side of that debate tonight.
He got blocked.
Sure
it
did.
happens in the NBA.
Oh my goodness. Stanislavico said, could Dalen be this year's Marco? Do you mean the guy who never plays?
Never plays?
Dalen was also that guy last year.
Well, he got a little tick. He would come in those 3 minutes and get that. Marco couldn't even get that. Marco would have, oh my God. He couldn't get anything, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Joe, I think, do we have a super chat that we need to get to? I think I saw a super chat rolling earlier that we haven't discussed yet. Shout out to Derek, who threw us a super chat saying, hey, appreciate the shout out on the last one, Matt. Always down. Oh, it's you, Derek.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Always down to talk aggressively about the Bulls. Just left the game. Keep thriving, y'all. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
I hope you guys had a great time at the game tonight, despite the outcome. There was some entertaining plays to be seen tonight.
Always fun.
But yeah, Derek and his girl Amber were out at the Melissa and Romina watch party on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be saying I love the talking aggressively about
That's what we were doing.
Bulls. No other way. That's what it's gonna be.
Speaking of Bulls fans who show up and show out all the time, I believe a happy birthday is necessary. To our guy,
the one and only
Salim
Dream.
Salim the Dream from Bulls Gold. Our guy. I believe it's the big 4-0. And I'm not blowing his cover because he shared that information himself.
He did.
Voluntarily.
Shout out to him.
Congrats on the milestone birthday, Salim. I'm sorry. I was supposed to do an episode of Bulls Gold with them last night, but I was feeling like death, if you heard me on our podcast yesterday.
I do recall this, yes.
Blowing my nose every 30 seconds. I would not have been good.
That's what the horn was for.
But, happy birthday to Salim, a guy who's always been showing that love to Bulls fans and to us and our Bulls content.
Man. From the day I met him, he's just been an awesome individual.
Good people.
Shout out to him, man. Always fun to argue with. I love picking with him about Jimmy Butler. You can't say anything about Jimmy Butler around Dream, bro.
Is one of those Jimmy stands.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous.
Why is it that we are surrounded by Jimmy stands?
So
we got
true.
Salim, we got Will the Goat, we got Mark, we got our producer Steven.
Oh, Steven.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you and I over here.
It's like,
He's okay.
looks great in those media day photos. Just fantastic.
Oh man.
Fallout Jimmy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, man.
All right, so before we get out of here, Dave, what do you want to see in the final preseason game? If Billy is treating it like a dress rehearsal, obviously the first thing you want to see is a W.
Yeah, well, that's one.
How do you want to see that W come true? Stylistically, who's leading the charge, who's doing what, who's playing how many minutes? What do you want to see in that preseason finale that you haven't seen yet?
Ooh, that I haven't seen yet. Now, that's a different kind of thing right there. What I haven't seen yet is them shoot about 35 threes. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen them get to the line a lot, so I'd like to see those two things occur. As far as what I just want to see a continuation of what Coby White has been doing. Outside of Zach, he's been the best player, for them in the preseason. He really has. He's done every single thing, even the rebounding, even the defense, getting out in transition, the pull-ups, the layups, man, the crossovers, the pass. Like, he's just done it all at that point guard position. I would love to see that continue for him. I would love to see more of Javon Carter as well. I really enjoy – he always makes one play that's just like, yes, whether it's offensively or defensively. Like the play in this game was when he trapped the guy on the baseline and got that steal, and it bounced off of his leg and turned it over to the Chicago Bulls. That's that kind of goon of the night stuff. That's immediately what came in my head was goon of the night. He's going to rack those up if he keeps that up, man. So those are the things I like to see. I don't want to see Alex Caruso. I don't want to see him. I just don't. Like, I don't want to see him, bro. Like, I want him to be okay. I want him to be okay. Just chill out. Continue wearing that amazing coat I saw you in tonight, that sweater. Just look like fresh sheep's wool on your back, sir. That thing looked super comfortable. Do that. Show that to me, and I'll be happy. Maybe a Derek Favors sighting. I'm just playing.
I dig it. You know what I want to see? Another quality night from Ayo to Sumu, because I liked what we saw from Ayo tonight. He had a few turnovers. The entire Bulls team decided coming into this one, hey, let's turn the ball over a bunch. So not to single him out there. We already talked about Kobe's turnovers. Vuce had some. Zach had a couple. But other than the turnovers, I thought Ayo played a smart game tonight. I thought he played a activated, engaged game tonight. I liked some of the drives he made. That confident pull-up three he took and knocked down.
Pull-up.
I was saying to you guys recently on an episode, when we're talking about how are people going to earn minutes in Billy's rotation with all the guys that they have, and me saying, I don't know if Ayo can get regular minutes unless he can prove he can knock down the three. Right. It's not the most important element of what Ayo can provide. Right. And we know what he provides on the defensive end and what he can do offensively. Right. But we know that he struggled with that three ball last season. He did. Seeing him pull up confidently with that transition three tonight, I was like, yes, Ayo.
It's attractive.
Shoot that confidently, knock it down. I loved it. I want to see more of it.
You know what I like more was the mid-range shot that he took. I think I like that a little bit more.
The baseline one? It was like in rhythm.
Yes.
It was nice.
It looked very attractive.
Real smooth.
Very attractive. I like that one, man. That was nice.
And I think he was making up for – was that making up for the Drummond blocked dunk attempt?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that because then there was a scramble for the loose ball, and then the Bulls got a fresh clock.
Yeah.
And then the 12-second shot clock ended with Ayo knocking down that baseline mid-range jumper.
Yes. Oh, my God, yes. Absolutely right.
I'm going to watch that play on loop like at least 20 times tonight.
Shout out to Laura Lou. And Laura Lou, shout out to you for this. This is pet peeve time for Dave. Pet peeve. Shout out to Laura Lou for spelling attackery correctly. It's no E in attackery. There's an A.
A-R-Y.
It's A-R-Y, like Zachary. Attackery. Ari. Come on with it. Shout out. Laura Lou, that's her guy, too. So she understands.
Yeah. I mean, that's if I recall, Laura Lou, big fan of Zack LaVine.
I've been told. I mean, I don't know who that is in her picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying on there? You know what I mean? Some guy in a hat.
Oh, that's Zack LaVine.
Oh, is that who that is?
I'm just now
okay.
noticing
Is that who that is? Oh,
yeah.
I couldn't notice that from here. But I didn't know that's that. But,
I mean,
I've heard she's a big fan.
You come at Romina, you best not miss. Holding the title for biggest Zack LaVine fan.
That is a fact.
Shout out our girl Romina.
Oh, love you, Romina.
Before we get out of here, one more shout out to our friends at Circle K. If you haven't downloaded the Circle K app yet, what are you waiting for? Because you can get perks and you can get savings by joining the Circle K Inner Circle. It's free to download the app and become a member of that Inner Circle. Get this. The first 5 fill-ups after you download that free Circle K app,
talk to me.
25 cents off per gallon.
Shut your face.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Your car holds a lot of gallons.
You hear this, Joey?
You fill them up, 25 cents off of every single gallon.
My God.
That is insane savings, the first 5 fill-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you pop in the store after you do your gas pumping or before, however you do it, and every 6th item you get at the checkout counter, whether it be their fresh coffee, their delicious fountain drinks, their ready-to-go slices of pizza, their
bevies,
snacks,
as you call it.
the bevies, every 6th one with that Circle K app, free.
What?
Free of charge.
Shut up.
That's a free snack.
What?
Or a free bevy.
Come on.
And 25 cents off a gallon on 5 fill-ups.
There's more?
That's like basically free rent at this point. Like, what more do you want?
Put me in the circle.
It's a free app. Go download it. Become a member of the Circle K Inner Circle
We in
today.
there. Let's go, Joey.
Let's go. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that thumb up on your way out if you haven't done so yet. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe.
Wait. I got something.
What do you got, Joe?
Just real quick.
Camp Horseshoe represent.
Yeah, so I want to solicit the help for you from the chat. We were talking earlier about the hat throws. My goal was to have a hat throw counter this season.
Sure.
Logistically, I'm not sure. I think what I have to do logistically is just do the daily hat throw counter. So keep a tab on, how many throws there are per episode.
Okay.
And so either I will do it, unless there's somebody in the chat that will, is committed to watching every show, that is going to take notes and tally up every hat throw at the end of the season. And if you miss a day, that's fine. You just have to let me know so I can so that I can keep track of it, or we could have the assistant, somebody else, the backup sub in. Maybe we could have a rotation of it. But we got to know that everything's covered. And so if there's anybody in the chat that's interested in helping me with this, I would appreciate it.
Oh, man.
You're really fishing for a hat throwing counter intern right
yes,
now?
that's exactly what he's doing.
Not an intern.
Why can we not just open up a spreadsheet or even just a doc and just count them and adjust that count after every postgame
Of
show?
course we can do that, but I'm trying to get people involved here in the community.
Well, you made that sound like an actual assignment.
No, it was a volunteer job.
I know, but it sounded like just.
I mean, I would. Do
All right,
myself,
that's
but I
fine.
feel
I'll do it. I'll do it myself.
I can't be in charge of counting because then I would be aware of what the numbers were, and I feel like I would start to.
That's true.
I don't want to be point shaving with my hat throw.
Yeah, no, that's not right. That's not right.
Over unders on that. You're right. That is wow.
I will
All
keep
that
track
has
of
to be
Goon of the
earned.
Nights as well.
Yeah.
We will keep track of Goon of the Night.
I'll
That's a
definitely
good
keep
idea.
track of Goon of the Nights. Yes.
We'll keep track of the hat throws. I think what we should do is maybe set an over-under on the season hat throws.
As Austin Jr. said, it takes a village to count the hat throws.
It does. Should the over-under be just set at, 82.5 because there are 82 games? Or is it more complex than that?
I think it's a little more complex.
I think it's more complex than that. We'll get out of here. We are back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Time for a fresh episode. Tune in then. Until then, you can follow Dave on Twitter at BAWL Sports on Bulls_Peck, our pal and producer, Mr. Horseshoe.
Hey.
Just Joey Horseshoes.
Got the kids gambling.
Joey's Pathos. We are CHGO_Bulls on Twitter. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Always, Bulls Nation. Much love. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you. Be good.
Of y'all. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.